Hello, this is Chris, and I am back with a brand new reaction video. I realise it's been quite a while since I've done one of these. It's trying to find the time to get these things out now. But this trailer went up about 2 hours ago. This is the Game of Thrones Season 7 #Winter is Here Trailer 2. God, try saying that 10 times fast. As it's a Game of Thrones trailer, I had to jump on it immediately because Game of Thrones is one of my favourite series of all time. I've read the books as well. It's been quite a while since I've read all the books, so my memory might be a little hazy on some things. And for all intents and purposes, the show has kind of gone on and it's doing its own thing now. This trailer kind of came out of nowhere, just in my sub box. Everyone's talking about it, everyone's tweeting about it, so I wanted to jump on one immediately. So with all that being said, we're going to get straight to the reaction now. I'm going to talk much more about it afterwards, but this is only a few weeks away now and I absolutely cannot wait for some more Game of Thrones. So I'm going to click play now.
Don't fight in the north or the south. Fight every battle, everywhere. Always. In your mind.
Love the song from the end of Season 6. And Littlefinger as well, just laying down the law. Love it. The ultimate woman, Cersei Lannister. Absolutely love her. He's so creepy with his pencil stash.
Our families fought together against their common enemy, despite their differences.
Together. We need to do the same if we're gonna survive. Because the enemy is real.
Oh my god.
It's always been real.
Wait, is Bran in a wheelchair now? Goddamn Beric Dondarrion with a flaming lightsaber. Oh, that shot's amazing. Oh my fucking god. This is awesome.
When the snows fall and the white winds blow, the lone wolf dies, but the pack survives.
Oh, that's got to be Jon Snow, right? That has to be Jon Snow. Oh my god. I kind of want to watch that trailer again. They're really ramping up the action with this one, and I absolutely love that. You can tell that I know that this isn't the last season. I know that Season 8 is going to be the final season. This is only going to be 7 episodes long, and then Season 8 is just going to be 6 episodes. So, as if Game of Thrones, as if the 10 weeks doesn't go quick enough, it's going to go even shorter this year because we're 3 weeks short. This looks incredible, and I keep saying that every time I see Game of Thrones, but what they are able to achieve now with this series in the terms of the budget they've got. You go back to Series 1, for example, and they didn't even have enough budget to do that battle scene in Episode 9. They really hyped it up in Season 1, and then they I think Tyrion gets knocked on the head. It's kind of like The Hobbit, if anyone's read the Hobbit novel, and then he wakes up after and the battle's completely finished. That was an absolute cop-out, but I understand why they had to do that because of the budget. And now you see 6 seasons on after that, what they're able to achieve now. This almost looks like a film. This looks like a Lord of the Rings scale film, and that's so impressive. They just keep getting better and better every single season. So I wasn't really able to pick out loads of things from this. What I did notice was, as I said, Beric Dondarrion with the flaming sword, which looks awesome. I think that sword belongs to Thoros of Myr, so maybe he dies and takes it up. I don't know. I think you see the Hound in a quick shot in here. We knew he was going to be in it anyway. And for anyone that's still hoping to see it, hopefully Clegane Bowl happens in this season. We really want to see Sandor Clegane and Gregor Clegane take on each other. The final battle between the two brothers. That will be incredible if that happens. Jon Snow and Daenerys are really going to be the main focus, I think, of this season. The series itself is called A Song of Ice and Fire. Loads of people have been speculating over the years as to what that title could actually mean, but I think it's fairly obvious at this point that it's going to refer to Daenerys and Jon Snow. Jon Snow, we found out, is a Targaryen now, so he's tied to the bloodline of Daenerys. I think if you work it out in the book, I think that makes him her nephew. So for everyone out there saying like, oh, I really hope that Daenerys gets together with Jon Snow, just bear in mind that Daenerys is Jon Snow's auntie, perhaps. I think that's right. But then again, Game of Thrones is full of incest. We've got Jaime and Cersei Lannister, which look incredible in this series, by the way. And I think that for me, because I mean, I don't like Daenerys as a character. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate about that. I can't stand Emilia Clarke as an actress. I'm sure she's an absolutely lovely person, but I found her pretty much one note since Series 1. And she doesn't really have much range, I don't think, in terms of the character. Although there is that one shot of Tyrion where he kind of looks on like, oh god, what is this monster that we've helped create? So hopefully they do play up that whole like Mad King aspect to the Daenerys character. Now that she's getting closer to the throne, maybe we'll see her become more demented, more driven, and dragons and wanting to burn everything. And speaking of burning everything, let's talk Cersei Lannister now. So Cersei Lannister is in joint first place with my favourite character alongside Littlefinger, and I'll talk about him in a minute. Lena Headey is a phenomenal actress, and from where we left her character in season 6, it's made me very excited to see where we're going to pick up with her in this one. She's gone completely insane. She's blew up half of King's Landing, she's blew up half the cast, and now Jaime's back, and he is not going to like what he finds when he gets back. So that relationship's going to be torn apart. Maybe we'll see Jaime turn against her. I think there's even some rumours that he might kill her, but because they're so tied together, maybe Jaime will die too in this season. I think people have been predicting that Jaime's going to die at some point. I know it's very different to where we've left his character in the book now. As I said, the show's kind of doing its own thing. But I hope Jaime stays in it until the end. I really like him. He's one of my favourite characters, even though he pushes children out of a high tower. He's had one of the most incredible redemption story arcs I've ever seen in film or TV, and that's all testament to George R.R. Martin's work. His redemption in the books is even more heartfelt than it is in the series, and I think Nikolai Coster-Waldau plays him absolutely phenomenally. Let's talk some Littlefinger then. So Littlefinger is my favourite character in Game of Thrones, and his ever-changing accent. By the way, I wanted to pose that question out there. Does anyone else notice that? If you've gone back and watched season 1 of Game of Thrones, he has a very posh British upper class accent, because I know that Aidan Gillen is Irish in real life, has a very broad Irish accent, but in series 1 he put on a conventional English accent. And then series 2 hit, and I remember watching that for the first time and something seemed off with his accent. I think I described it as Sean Connery with a cold. And then from season 3 onwards, he just got more and more Irish, to the point where now he's kind of just, you know, fuck the accent, I'm just going to talk in my regular voice, which I guess is fair enough. I like Littlefinger because I like how in the shadows he is, quite literally in this trailer, in that one shot, which is probably one of my favourite shots that I've just seen within this trailer. He's manipulative, he is 100 steps ahead of everyone, and that's why I like him. So I really hope he gets the throne at some point. He won't keep the throne, I know he won't keep the throne, but just to see that satisfaction on his face, that momentary satisfaction where he's been working for this thing, he's been working towards getting on the throne all his life, and he finally achieves it in that moment. I want to see that happen, and then a dragon's probably going to burst through the ceiling of King's Landing and just burn him to the chair or something like that, because he's not going to stay in it for long. Hope he makes it through to the end though. Yeah, and then you've got Sansa. Looks like she's coming into her own even more after that kind of misstep with season 5. It didn't look like we get any Martells in this trailer, and it seems like they're really keeping those held back for some reason, because they've basically fucked the entire Martell story as far as I'm concerned. The Martell storyline in the books is one of the most compelling stories out of all of them. Doran is one of my favourite characters, and in the show it felt like they really just needed to cull the cast back because they had too many characters and too many factions. So they're pretty much all out of the series now, which really broke my heart. So hopefully they can pull the Martell storyline back, but really at this point it's dead to me. They've kind of fan-fictioned it. And the White Walkers. Now, I've seen a lot of people wondering whether the White Walkers are going to side with Jon Snow, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I think the White Walkers are going to be that prominent threat from the north, and then you're going to have Daenerys being the prominent force from the south, which is going to culminate in the final battle. Bran as well looks like he's in a sweet wheelchair in this one. He's going to be like some kind of Professor X kind of character, warging into everything, really honing his skills, honing his powers in this series. And we need to remember as well that the Three-Eyed Raven promised that he will fly at some point. I really hope it's a dragon. I hope that he's able to turn the tide and he's able to walk into a dragon and kind of turn them against Daenerys herself. I think that would be really cool. But in this trailer, we do see that shot of the conspiracy of ravens just flying. I think that's the right terminology for ravens. I was going to say flock, but I think it's conspiracy. So maybe Bran is able to channel his power into those, and he's going to use those to some effect. But it looks like we're going to have a huge battle with the White Walkers, which is is to be expected. Will the wall be brought to the ground, though, in this season? I know that's been talked a lot. Whether they're going to save that for Season 8, I'm unsure, but I think that a lot is going to happen this series. It looks like you can feel like it's gearing towards the end now. They're really kind of streamlining it into the end. But yeah, and as a book reader, you know, I'm still waiting on the Winds of Winter, and I'll be waiting even longer for A Dream of Spring. Will A Dream of Spring actually be a dream, and will I ever get these 2 novels in my lifetime? I'm unsure. But that'll do it for my reaction to Game of Thrones Season 7. Hashtag Winter is Here, Trailer 2. I don't know whether I'm going to call it that in the title. I might just call it Official Trailer 2 just for simplicity's sake. But be sure to comment, subscribe, let me know what you thought of this trailer. Are you looking forward to the new series of Game of Thrones? Who's your favourite character? Who do you want to see on the throne? Are there any shots in this trailer that I might have missed that you want to talk about? Anything related to Game of Thrones, please do drop me a comment and let me know. In terms of what's coming up on the channel, we're going to have more movie reviews. This week we're going to have our review for Transformers The Last Night, which I'm really not looking forward to. There'll be more trailer reactions from me. As I said, I've kind of took a break from them, trying to find time to get them out. There's a lot I need to backtrack and get done, so look out for those in the next few days. There's loads of new shows and we're constantly bringing you new content, so please do hit that subscribe button and keep up to date with us. That'll do it for me for this video, and until next time, I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching.